You can create fantastic effects in DaVinci Resolve, and one of my personal favorite effects is animating doors like this. It makes things just a bit more magical and a bit more interesting on the eye. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you in extensive detail how exactly you go about creating this fantastic door effect using both DaVinci Resolve Studio and the free version. My name's Dan, you're watching DanVinci, and let's start animating. This video is very kindly sponsored by Epidemic Sound. More on them a little bit later on. Now, all of these shots that I'm going to be using will be in the description in a Google Drive folder, so you guys can download these and, practice if you want to follow along exactly as I am. Now, to walk you through the shot, it's literally just me walking towards the door, and that's the same with every single shot. Now, it's important to realize that obviously no doors are the same. It's probably best that you animate these differently, and I will get into that later on. Let's figure out our in and out points. So here we have the actual preview of the shot, and I want to start here, so I'm going to click I on my keyboard to create the in. So I'm going to scroll right and go until the wall has disappeared out of shot to there and click out. The reason you don't want the wall in shot is because that's where the mask will be, revealing the following shot. So we're going to drag that into our edit page here. The first step is obviously to isolate the door and make it its own layer. Now, there's several ways that we could go about this, but I would actually recommend doing this by hand if you can and have the time. If you've got the paid version of DaVinci Resolve, you might want to use something called the magic mask in the color page. I did a recent video on this, so go check that out. But I find for something like this, because it's square, it's just easier to just mask out manually. So what we're going to do is jump into the Fusion page and mask out the door. Cool, so we've jumped into the Fusion page on that clip in our edit timeline. So what we're going to do is I'm going to edit this how I usually would, and that's just to create a background like so. This is how I like to edit in the Fusion page. You don't have to. I just find it easier to work with. This is our actual door clip. What we're going to do is create a copy, and all I did there was select the clip and copy and paste it, and then I'm going to rename this door. The way I'm renaming it is using F2. So I'm clicking F2 and it will just open up the rename tool. Then what I'm going to do is drag down this little icon here. This is the polygon tool. You can also control space and search polygon if that icon isn't there. Before dragging this onto the door, we're going to go into our sort of preview area. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut out the door. So simply select, it'll create a point, then select again. I'm just going to find each point here like that. And obviously it's a bit dark. There is a little bit of guesswork going on. There we go. Automatically, you will have created keyframe in the inspector over here in the polygon node. You'll see it's, red. This means the 4 key points I've placed here have been keyframed automatically. So just bear that in mind. What you can do to see your results is just drag the output of the polygon over to the door. There you go. You'll see it's cut out the door. Obviously, if we move the clip, it's going to ruin it. It's only on frame 86 are these points perfectly framed. I'm going to remove this polygon so we can see everything, and I'm going to just quickly move these 4 points and keep them in the corners of, the frame of the door the whole way through. Yes, you could, avoid this by using the magic mask, but in some instances, the door textures aren't quite right and there is a little bit of a flicker, so it does lose that effect. If you want to do this as professionally and as cleanly as possible, doing it manually is going to be so much better for your final results. Okay, so I'm happy with what I've created here, and I haven't created keyframes on every single point, as you can see here, just sort of the general areas. And when things get to a point where the edges can't be seen, I didn't bother with just moving them. I just moved them left and right to make sure only the door is actually within the mask and not this frame here. Just make sure you look out for that, because you want to animate only the door and not necessarily the frame itself. Now what we can do is drag the output onto the door and see our finished door. So now it's just sort of floating in the middle of space, which is perfect, what we wanted. Now let's create a mask that's inverted to this. So with our copy of the door, let's just name this everything else. Then I'm going to drag this onto the merge, and now it'll just look like we haven't done anything, because what we're going to do is copy this mask here and we're going to drag it onto everything else. Then we're going to go into the inspector while selecting this polygon node, go over here and click on invert. Then what that's showing, if we click 1 on our keyboard and open up the preview, is our sort of gutted version without the door. There we go. Now it's time to animate the door. Yes. So I'm going to animate it so it opens from the right, so the hinges from the right of the door, but your door might be different. There's many doors out there in the world. Some say there might be more doors than wheels. I'm team door. Now our next step is adding a node called the DVE node. So if we click Control Space to open up our Select Tool search bar and we search DVE, click Enter, that will add it to our sort of area here. If it hasn't and it's added over here, just drag it in holding Shift. Before we actually do anything with the DVE node, we want to now place a tracker node. So anywhere on your node tree area, just click Control Space and search tracker, add this, and it'll should just spawn a tracker in. Lovely. And what I'm going to do is I've created a copy of my clip, just a raw copy of the clip, no changes made to it, and I'm going to drag the output of that to the tracker. Then selecting the tracker, I'm going to click 1, and I'm going to find the IntelliTracker just here, and then I'm going to find a point that's roughly where the hinges of the door, where I want it to basically open and rotate. I'm going to just sort of place it sort of around there where there's a bit of texture for it to actually track. Then I'm going to go over into the inspector, and I'm going to click the double arrows like this, and you should see it track away, hopefully. So there we go, it's now tracked. Obviously the tracker does go out of frame eventually, so it does actually mess up here. Around about here, it sort of messes up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the spline, and I'm gonna just remove all the keyframes from this point onwards, because we don't need them, basically. So now that we've got that tracking data, let's go back to the DVE node, and let's go over into the inspector and go over to pivot here. Right click on pivot, and you'll open up this panel, go to connect to tracker 1 offset position. As you can see, the pivot point, which is this little X here, has basically been locked on to the exact same coordinates that the tracker made just a moment ago. As you can see, that's staying right there. Brilliant. If we just click on the DVE node, go into the inspector and go to the Y rotation, we can now move the door. And if we just move the shot around, it will rotate exactly where we want it. I mean, that's pretty cool, right? Now let's animate the door. So find a point where you want it to start opening. So in my case, I want it to sort of open around here. I'm going to click Y, create a keyframe, then I'm going to go to like 100, and I'm going to go and open it just like that. Then I'm going to go into the spline just here, and I'm going to make sure I've only got the DVE node selected and not the tracking data, and then I'm just going to select the keyframes like this, click the S-curve, make it nice and smooth. I might do it something like that. See how that looks. We now have an opening door. Lovely, really nice effect. Now let's add some finishing touches to this. I'd recommend if you go into the DVE node, click on settings in the inspector, go down to motion blur, and then you can increase the motion blur like that. That'll just make it look a little bit more real. But another thing that you can add is sound effects, and that's where today's sponsor actually comes in handy, like massively. I'll do a little before and after of this door transition that we've just created with and without sound effects, just to show you the importance of sound. And Epidemic Sound is a fantastic way to just find this content quickly and just not waste time. I've used Epidemic Sound for my content for years, and that's not just for DanVinci, that's back when I was literally a kid. They're a fantastic brand with what seems to be like an endless catalogue of sound effects and music for your videos. They obviously have a 30-day free trial, so if you want to use some of these sound effects and get an understanding of what they actually have, you can do that. An opening door is really specific, but I've gone on their website literally just now, gone into the sound effects section, searched door open. What I'm trying to say, you will be able to find any sound effect pretty much. I'm not promising that you'll be able to find every sound effect, but you'll be able to find really specific sound effects of high quality very quickly. Enough said. I'll leave links in the description if you do want to check them out. Obviously, I'm not going to force you. You will subscribe. Go check them out in the description down below. Okay, so now I'm back in the edit page. Once you're happy with your finished product, what you can do is render in place the shot. So if we right click on it, click render in place, and then go to Kodak, and I'm gonna go GoPro Cineform. That's because it's got an alpha channel. There are others that you can use, but this is my favorite one. I'm gonna click render at source resolution, click render, and let's put it somewhere relevant. So at the minute, obviously, it's just revealing black, but if we put another shot underneath, ideally one that's also moving forward, so I've just got this like water drone shot here, and if we put that underneath, and quite literally just like that, we have a fantastic clean transition. I don't actually think once you know how to do this, it really takes that long, so you could do this over and over again and get this really cool like endless corridor effect where you're just going through endless different doors. But otherwise, that is the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've learned something. When you boil it all down, this effect is actually rather simple, but I think it has quite an impressive impact. Big shout out to Epidemic Sound for reaching out and sponsoring today's video. If you guys get stuck at all, feel free to leave a comment. I will try and get back to you. I do get an awful lot of comments on various different bits of content, so I try my best. But yeah, goodbye. I'm so weird.